A futuristic world. Hi, this is how AI almost stole Christmas. It was the Friday before Christmas break. Mark sat anxiously at his desk as Miss Adams lectured about the good and bad effects of AI. Finally, the bell rang. Mark lunged from his desk excitedly. "Bye, Miss Adams, have a great Christmas," he called out as he bolted for the door. Once he made it to the hallway, he could hear Miss Wilson call out, "Slow down, son," but Mark was already headed to meet James at his locker. After an eternity, well, a minute, James appeared. "What's up, Mark? It's good to meet you, bro." "Sorry it took me so long. You know how Miss Ellis is." And then they both said together, "The bell doesn't dismiss you, I do." As they walked home, James asked, "So, did Miss Adams talk to you guys about AI today?" "Yeah, she did. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, she talked about some of the good things, but it's taking over jobs. I mean, my dad works for computers," Mark replied. James chuckled. "Hey, can't be that bad. Maybe you could teach Miss Ellis the purpose of a school bell," which caused them both to laugh. Till suddenly, Craig, the 6th grade bully, snatched James's hat right off his head. "Got your hat, loser," he taunted, running off with his cronies. James shouted, "Mark, I gotta get that hat back. My mom's gonna kill me." He ran after him with Mark close behind. Craig tossed the hat into the bushes, laughing. "Gotta be quicker than that," he jeered as he ran off. Mark dove into the bushes after the hat. "Found it!" Oh, whoa, James, I found something else you might also want to see. James jogged up, had a breath. What? Give me a second. What? Whoa, what is it?" he said, looking up at the ginormous steel tube towering over them. "Whoa, this thing looks old and futuristic at the same time," Mark said. "Let's check it out." "Yeah, there's something wrong with you. I'm not going in that thing." Sparks flew off the machine. "Yeah, you're crazy. I'm not going in that thing." Mark chuckled. "I guess you won't be needing this then," he said, tangling the hat inside the machine. And suddenly, without thinking, James lunged, snatching the hat out of his hand and accidentally pressing a button labeled 100 years into the future. The machine shuddered and whirred until suddenly the boys were in a world that looked like their neighborhood but wasn't. Floating cars zipped silently overhead. Neon skyscrapers loomed and even the air felt different. "Whoa, this is insane," Mark whispered. And before they could process what was happening, an old man shuffled past. "What are you doing out here? The AI scanners will spot you," he warned, vanishing off into the shadows. "AI scanners!" James exclaimed. Mark tugged James's arm. "Let's just get going." Navigating the ultra streets was tricky. Familiar landmarks were unrecognizable, and AI scanners patrolled the areas. Finally, they reached James's house. But it wasn't his anymore. The yard had a strange synthetic grass, and the mailbox was a strange metallic column. Inside the house was a weird family sitting at the dinner table. No. This isn't right. I'm supposed to be in there," James said, hysterical. Mark banged on the door. "Hey, what are you doing in James's house?" The family inside froze. A blue light filled the room, and a robotic voice blared. "Unauthorized individuals detected. Authorities have been notified." James grabbed Mark's arm. "Run!" They ran with robotic footsteps following close behind. Finally, they reached the machine, just as a robotic hand lunged for them. Mark slammed the emergency button, and sparks flew as the doors closed, severing the robot's arm. Seconds later, the machine doors hissed back open. They were back. Mark checked the time on his phone. "Yo, it's still today." "Great, then we need to get home." Once they arrived at James's house, they blurted out their story. "I'm sorry, you found a what now?" James's mom said, confused. James's dad raised an eyebrow. "Okay, so you telling me you found a time machine and travel to the future? Yeah, there was AI scanners, floating cars, Mark began. Yeah, and there was even AI patrols, James added. Yeah, that sounds like too much sci-fi for me, but I'll give you points for creativity, James's mom said. Defeated, the boys exchanged a glance. I guess no one's gonna believe us. As Mark walked home, he took a glance at his phone, seeing an ad for AI-enhanced home security. His eyes widened. Yeah, that's a no. Though Mark and James made it out alive, their glimpse into the future made them rethink their relationship with AI. Maybe Miss Adams was right. Maybe the good and bad of AI is something we should all consider. Thank you.